What's known today as Gallagher Park was first founded by Charles Teets in 1895. In 1902, Frederick Kirk and his brewing company bought and named the park Crook Park, and in 1966 it was renamed once again by Rachel Gallagher. It's located on 52nd and Maple, outside historical Benson.
The street sign.
What?
Like up there, get the street sign.
What?
Oh my god, that smells so good.
It's across the street from the two OPS schools and is a sanctuary for families in the neighborhood and all over Omaha.
Ow! What's up, man? Cut.
What's up?
Over the years, Omaha has seen many versions of the park, culturally and economically. Today, you see a peaceful park, featuring a pool, playground, and two baseball diamonds surrounded by big trees, places to picnic, and a fountain. But do you know the history behind this seemingly perfect park? It may not be what it seems.
You know, Kristen, a long time ago, they used to be an amusement park.
What? Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Frederick Krug Brewing Company bought the park from Teets in 1902, making it as what was quoted to be the complete amusement park. It featured both a beer garden and amusement rides and roller coasters. The most popular attractions were the Tunnel of Love for all the lovers out there, an ice cream parlor, and a hot air balloon. Dances were held on a nightly basis, and in 1918 the park was expanded by adding swimming pools, waterfalls, and two-story bathhouse. It was lit! But on July 25th, 1930, everything changed. The Big Dipper, the infamous roller coaster at Krug Park, had a malfunction, ending the lives of 4 riders and injuring 19. The brake system on the attraction became loose and jammed the wheels, resulting in the crushing of car passengers after a 35-foot plummet. These were the initial reports.
The train slowly approached the top of the steep incline. A crowd gathered to watch the breathtaking dip. Cries of excitement suddenly returned to screams of fright as the rails apparently gave way. The crack of the splintering guard railing was followed by the crash of cars to earth. A moment of awed silence followed, and then panic reigned among the crowd of witnesses. Those killed were C.H. Stout, age 34, a salesman. He was one who was completely crushed by the car and died en route to the hospital. Ruth Farrell, age 15, was also crushed and died en route. Mrs. Gladys Lungren of Des Moines, who suffered from a brain injury, fractured rib, and punctured lung. And Anthony, who went by Tony Politka, age 22. He passed early in the day after suffering from a crushed chest, possible spinal fracture, and internal injuries.
I heard someone shout.
One of the witnesses said.
As I looked up, the cars seemed to balance for a moment on the edge of the track and then plunged to the supporting trestles below. In an instant before the drop to earth, several women tried to jump from the cars. 1 or 2 seemed to have gotten out but fell ahead of the crashing coaches. I think they were hurt badly or killed. Ambulances took them away.
17 of the 20 injured were unconscious when taken to hospitals.
The Omaha community was devastated, especially those who worked for Frederick, as Krug Park was something many took pride in. Shortly after the incident, one of the crewmen of Maintenance team wrote a touching and eye-watering poem in honor of those who were affected.
Great souls this picture does portray, heroes, crusaders, knights. Each one of them has seen his day. Also, alas, his night. The trails of life have left their mark upon each noble boom. The seals of strife have left their art upon the rocks of now. Now we are the cleanup gang of a place known as Krug Park. Service is our middle name. Satisfaction our ambition's mark. To have done well in our work today means more to me than the dollar in it. While we appreciate our pay, we'd rather stand up upon our merit. In commemoration of the many pleasant hours we were privileged to spend together, and in appreciation of Tom's cooperation in the discharge of the duties, I thank you sincerely, K. Blank.
After the crash, the park changed drastically. Business declined, and the park was forced to close in 1940.
5 years later, community citizens became concerned with the absence of the park. Fundraisers were formed to keep the space recreational, and in 1966, a city park was opened.
Today, the park has many uses. Monroe and Benson schools use the baseball fields for games and practices. There are also occasional Little League games where you'll see families gathering to support their mini superstars. After the games, families go to the restaurant and bar named after Krug Park, located about a block away. Poolgoers in the summertime wade in the water in suntan beach chairs. During the school year, the pool and parking lot is used as parking for the Benson High School across the street. Students tend to retreat to their vehicles during lunch or before they need to be in class. Some students decide to skip class to smoke in their cars. We caught up with some students doing so while we were at the park collecting footage.
So this is Zach. He goes to Benson. He goes to school right across the street from Gallagher Park. Do you know anything about Gallagher Park?
I know the history of it, that it used to be an amusement park.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And there was a roller coaster. The reason they shut it down was because I guess it fell and killed people.
Yeah.
Or something like that, injured a bunch of people. So then they ended up turning it into Gallagher Park.
Are you from around here then?
I'm kind of from around everywhere in Omaha.
Oh, okay. So did you learn the story from like school? Yeah.
Yep.
They tell you the story at school?
Yep.
Benson High?
Yep. My history class.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, thank you very much for being a part of our project, documentary.
Along with the skippers comes other mischief in the park. Seen walking along the trail throughout Gallagher is litter, empty alcohol bottles, cigarette butts, and other miscellaneous garbage. On the playground is Sharpie-marked vandalism. Vulgar drawings and words slather the equipment, not to mention the numerous phone numbers offering a good time and other R-rated activities. There's also an increasing amount of crime and arrests found in the area. It's sad to see how far this area has declined since the complete amusement park days. One can't help to wonder what it would be like if Krug Park was still around. Would 52nd and Maple be better off? One thing is for sure. Whatever the area of Gallagher Park comes to be in the future, maybe a building or a road of some sort, it will always remain the site of one of the most deadliest roller coaster incidents in America.